So I think we all know what the Golden is in Geometry Dash, but did you know that DreamWorks might have assisted in the creation of the Golden, and how there might be a sequel to Avernus? Well, this video is going to be explaining all of that with information from Google and from the creators of these levels. This is the Tree of the Golden. Starting off in the year 2000, about 13 years before Geometry Dash was released, when DreamWorks made a new film called The Road to El Dorado, where a group of people explore a jungle to try and find the Golden City, which is supposed to have millions of dollars worth of items in it. The movie itself didn't have amazing reviews, but we aren't talking about that, so let's move on to the year 2014. A new Geometry Dash level released named El Dorado, created by LM Anubis. The level became pretty popular, featuring more claustrophobic gameplay with a mini-mode and introducing new types of gameplay along with it. The decoration was also good, fitting to the theme of the level, and also feeling like you're actually traveling through a thick jungle with spiders and different insects. The Golden City part of the level also looked good, having intricate staircase and wall designs, and feeling a lot like a golden palace, though I do think maybe the Golden City could have been a bit bigger. Also, after 1 minute in the level passes, the level just ends, even though the song didn't get quieter or change at all, and the level could have just been extended by only 10 seconds, and then the ending would have felt fine, but I guess it isn't a big deal anyway. Now if you are still watching, then could I ask you to maybe subscribe to my channel, since right now I only have 2 subscribers, and these subscribers are my mom and dad, so if you are feeling particularly nice today, then maybe you could give me 1 extra subscriber. It would mean the world, and you could always unsubscribe later. Anyway, on with the video. The next level is actually a remake of El Dorado called El Dorado Rebirth, created by Bo, who is the same person who created the Golden and Avernus. There isn't really much to say about this level since it's just a remake of an older level, but the gameplay is a lot different from the original, featuring a ton of OBS inside portals, which is a popular gameplay gimmick that a lot of levels, particularly demons, use, where you stack an orb on top of a portal. The decoration also looks a lot better and more polished, though I do think the original El Dorado had better theming, since the Rebirth is just El Dorado, but with more modernized gameplay, better decoration, but the decoration doesn't really feel like the Golden City. The jungle part of the decoration is there, but it's just the Golden City part of the level that's missing, but problems aside, the decoration looks great, and you can definitely see some inspiration from El Dorado Rebirth in the Golden. Now we have come to the level that a lot of you know about and have probably played too, the Golden by Bo and More. Now I'm not really sure if the Golden was inspired by El Dorado of El Dorado Rebirth, but I'm going to say that the theming was inspired by El Dorado and the decoration was inspired by the Rebirth. Anyways, the Golden is actually the official sequel to El Dorado, since Bo and LM Anubis both agreed to it. I think the theming is probably the most solid out of all the GD levels in this video, since I think the song and decoration complements that especially well. This level is also well known for being really dark and kind of hard to see the gameplay, but I don't think it's really that bad, since I think it's supposed to be set around the jungle part of the level, and since in the original movie that we mentioned at the start of the video is supposed to start off with a dark and gloomy jungle, then well, I think the darkness in the actual level complements that nicely. I think the gameplay also works well, as it feels like we're traveling through a dark jungle while avoiding prickly bushes, ditches, and obstacles in your way while trying to find the Golden City. Well, I guess the player wasn't able to find the Golden City because none of the level even has a slither of golden in it. I know I said the same the El Dorado Rebirth, but at least the color did change to gold at the drop, but for some reason the Golden never changes to gold, it basically stays green for the whole level. And that kind of sucks, since I think the part right after the drop would have fitted perfectly since there was good structuring. The part of the song definitely gave me a golden castle vibe, and I think even the robot with its precise clicks also complemented it too. All the creators would have had to do is change the color to a more gold/yellow color, but whatever, after all the rest of the level is good, and this part if good too, it just had a lot of missed potential. The next level is a sequel to the Golden, though a lot different. I am of course talking about Avernus by Bo and More, with the red hellish decoration and dragon/lava atmosphere. But honestly, if you just saw a video of Avenues and didn't know that it was a sequel to the Golden, then you probably wouldn't know that it's supposed to be a sequel to the Golden. I think the creators just decided to call it the official sequel to the Golden so it would get more views and recognition. Anyways, on to the actual level. Now this might ruffle some feathers, but I think the decoration in Avenues is actually really good. I would go as far as to say that the decoration in Avernus can be compared to other levels like the Golden and Amethyst. I know the decoration is unoptimized, but I still think it's good, though I will admit the decoration is definitely not polished and definitely not perfect. But we still haven't come to the biggest problem with the level: the fixed hitboxes. So Avernus is a controversial level mainly because of these fixed hitboxes, and the reason is that the ordinary spike hitboxes looks like this, but a fixed hitboxes spike that you can find in Avernus looks like this, so this is less probably because Avernus was buffed, but the creators didn't want to change the gameplay, so they just made the hitboxes tighter instead. That's my guess. The next level is actually another sequel to the Golden, but this time it's a lot more faithful to the original. And I am of course talking about the really popular level Amethyst by iMist and more. The level is actually the current top 1 hardest extreme demon on the Pointer Crate demon list, as recording the video with Avernus being at number 9 on the demon list, and the Golden being at number 64 on the demon list. Amethyst's gameplay is extremely similar to the Golden with the same format, using the UFO at the start followed by the ball, then a second UFO, and then a ship, and the game modes do change slightly after the drop starts, but they do also mainly stay to the same order that the Golden used. I also think the song choice was amazing. The song in question is Ricochet Love by Waterflame, and I think the song working great for this level, especially since you don't find many songs that match the same formula as Thunderzone V2, which is the song used of the Golden and El Dorado. I also think the decoration and gameplay is phenomenal. The decoration featuring these beautiful purple crystals and cool elegant designs etched into the rocks. The gameplay is also really good looking, Superflow based, and having some good sync too. I also think the end screen might be one of the best end screens in GD, just as a little plus to the level. I do still think the Golden is better, but Amethyst definitely tops Avernus any day of the week, not even close. And finally we have a level that most of you probably haven't heard of before, and that's Tethys by Bo and More. According to Pocwinfish, Tethys is the third and final installment onto the series, going in order as the Golden, then Avernus, and finally Tethys. Not much is known about this level since there's only 2 showcases/previews, but I read the description and Pocwinfish was saying that this level reminded him of Bo. Rest in peace, Bo, we all loved you, man. Anyways, Poc was saying that this level actually had nerfed hitboxes, or the level looked harder than it actually is, so basically it's like the op of Avernus. I mean, think about it, Avernus is red and this level is blue, and Avernus has buffed hitboxes and this level has nerfed hitboxes. Anyway, from what I have seen, the gameplay actually looks really cool to watch, and the song is also the Falling Mists, an absolute classic by Dimrain47, and the pulses also looks really cool too. I know the level isn't decorated yet, but I think the level will have good decoration since the Golden and Avernus also had really good decoration. Anyways, that's the video, and here's the full tree with all the levels that were inspired the Golden, going from top to bottom. You can pause if you need more time to look at the tree. Now, I will quickly rank the levels from worst to best based on my personal bias, not counting Tethys since that's just a layout, and the Road to El Dorado since that's literally a movie. 5. El Dorado Rebirth. Just wasn't very interesting. For Avernus, the fixed hitboxes sucked and the level had bad optimization, and also the layering was utterly awful. 3. El Dorado. The level was good for its time but didn't look very fun gameplay-wise, and the movements in the level also looked kind of weird. 2. Amethyst. The level has good deco and gameplay, but I heard that W. Popoff didn't find the gameplay very fun, implying that the gameplay isn't good or poorly designed. 1. Obviously the Golden, fun gameplay, good decoration, and super iconic beginning, but lacked an actual Golden City. If you think I missed any levels or would like to share your own opinions in the rankings, then feel free to comment down below.